What's up, family? Hey, I want to talk to you guys today about something that's really important. It's very significant. I think that we have to have this conversation today. Um, there seems to be a great misnomer going around about what love is and what love isn't. The other day, I was talking to a friend, a dear friend of mine, and I don't know how it came across, but we was talking, and I said something to the effect that, man, sometimes love sucks, and sometimes love hurts. And I guess the way I said it um, hit her the wrong way. Um, and she clapped back hard, talking about love don't hurt and whoopty woo, all this nonsense, right? And she misunderstood what I was saying. And she said that, I get you in the wrong relationship and all this other craziness, right? And it's like, and she was telling me that's not love and blah, 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 blah. And she completely missed what I was saying and what I was trying to say. And I sat there and I just listened to her talk. And I asked her, I said, you know what? At some point, and it hadn't dawned on me until we were having this conversation. And I told her, I said, you know what? You're a Christian. And she's like, I know I'm a Christian. And the Bible tells me that love is this, and all this other stuff. And she don't say nothing. And she's like, the Bible don't say nothing about love hurting and love sucking and all this other stuff. It's just love is all good and blah, 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 blah. And if it's bad, if it hurt, then that ain't love, and that's that fake love, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, right? And so I'm sitting there and I'm listening to all this, and I asked her, I said, well, hold up, wait a minute, time out. I said, doesn't your Bible say that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son? And she was like, yeah, and? I said, hold up, wait a minute. So God sacrificed his only son for humanity. And you're going to tell me that didn't hurt God? I said, Jesus, according to the Bible, died a gruesome death. And he knew he was going to die a horrendous death. Jesus died for the salvation of humanity, correct? And she said, yeah. I said, so if Jesus died for humanity and he went through all that he went through, that wasn't love? That wasn't an expression of his love? And then you could just see the twinkle in her eyes, just like the light came on. And I told her, I said, you're a mother. I said, you mean tell me that all the stories that we as guys hear about the pain and the suffering and the frustration and the screams that we hear about as far as the women going through labor and the labor pains and all that, you mean tell me all that's fake? That's not real? And she's like, no, that hurt. And we'll do. I said, okay, well, isn't that an expression of your love? And she just started smiling. I said, sometimes love hurts. Sometimes love is inconvenient. But for whatever reason, we have this notion that love should never hurt us. We have this twisted concept that love should never inconvenience us. And I don't know where we get that immature, twisted idea that love is all good and it's never going to hurt you. It's never going to challenge you. It's never going to cause you to cry. She just looked at me. I said, there's a difference in being in a relationship with someone who's verbally abusive to you and they're beating you down and they're tearing you down. I said, that's not love. I said, but for some reason, we have it twisted in our heads that if somebody challenges us, If somebody is speaking the truth and they're giving us constructive criticism, constructive feedback on areas where we can grow, then we look at that as them beating us down. We look at that as them being negative. We look at that as them tearing us down and them not affirming our greatness. And we look at that as them not loving us. When they're actually showing you love because they're pointing out some of your blind spots, areas where you could grow at. And yet we have this twisted concept, oh, because that hurt my feelings, that means that you don't love me. Oh, because that makes me look bad, that means you don't love me because you're tearing me down. You're trying to make me look bad. Our concept of love is so immature. It's so superficial. It is extremely superficial. See, because when you love yourself, sometimes it hurts saying, you know what, because I love me, I'm not dealing with this toxic relationship anymore. Because I love me, I'm not staying in this situation where I'm verbally abused and physically abused sometimes. And that hurts, having to leave that relationship. It hurts having to go within and look at your subconscious thoughts and deal with all your issues. That's painful. Man, that hurts. Realizing and acknowledging that, man, I was the toxic one sometimes. Man, I was the one screwed up sometimes. Man, I screwed that up. Man, I royally screwed that up. Man, I completely blew that out of proportion and just World War III kicked off because of my stupid mouth or because I couldn't keep my opinions to myself and I completely missed it and I was completely wrong and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Man, we screw up a lot. And if we're honest with ourselves, we have to acknowledge the fact that, dang, when we look at ourselves and we see ourselves for who we really are, and we see that we're not perfect, and we see that we mess up sometimes, and that we hurt people that we didn't intend on hurting, that hurts. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. That hurts. It hurts when we bleed on people that never cut us. It hurts when we bleed on people and we hurt people that never intended to hurt us. And all they had was our best interest at heart. But because we had unresolved issues, we snapped and went left on them. If we're honest with ourselves, that hurts. Sometimes love hurts. Sometimes love is inconvenient. And we have to grow up and get rid of that immature, idiotic concept that love is always good, in the aspect that it's never going to hurt you. It's never going to challenge you. It's never going to make you cry. Because that's not true. At all. If you love yourself, you're going to have to do some serious shadow work, and that's going to hurt you. And when I talk about shadow work, that's looking at your subconscious thoughts, understanding why you do what you do, understanding why you say what you say, understanding why you react the way you do, understanding why you respond the way you do. That's all shadow work is, and that hurts. And that's why the great majority of us don't do it. That's why the great majority of us are fixated on other people. And we have this superficial concept of, with our head in the clouds like everything's good. And if it's not good, then you're bad for me. If you make me look at me, if you make me look at my issues, if you make me, if you trigger me, then you're bad. If you trigger me, then you're not my love. If you trigger me, then you don't love me. We have to grow up emotionally. We have to grow up emotionally. I love you guys.